A cancer diagnosis is always devastating, but imagine hearing from doctors about a drug that can help fight it, only to find out it's not covered. That's what Saskatoon couple Alyssa and Stephen Noonan are dealing with. Alyssa was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer earlier this year. Two doctors have said a drug called Perjeta could make a marked difference in her treatment, but neither the province nor the federal government is prepared to cover the cost. Alyssa and Stephen Noonan join us this morning from Saskatoon. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Alyssa, I want to talk to you first. Tell me, give us a little bit of a timeline. When were you diagnosed, and when did you first hear about Perjeta?
I was diagnosed on March 14th of this year, and on, I believe it was April 1st or 2nd, we found out about Perjeta when we went down to the Mayo Clinic for a second opinion.
So very, very quickly, in short order, did you find out? Stephen, so you find out about the drug very quickly after the diagnosis, but then when did you find out that it wouldn't be covered?
Well, it's funny. We actually were initially told that it was covered through a patient assistance program that is run through Roche, the drug company, and only significantly after the fact, about 2 weeks before she was to begin that round of chemotherapy, did we find out from that program that she was not, in fact, covered for the drug.
This seems like an incredible emotional roller coaster. You get diagnosed with cancer, you try to fight it, you find out about a potentially hopeful drug, then perhaps you might be covered, and then you find out you're not covered. This seems like a lot for a couple to handle.
Yes, it was incredibly overwhelming. It's been cancer itself is a roller coaster of a ride, but these extra twists and turns are a little unexpected and have been definitely a major challenge.
And then, Stephen, you reached out to all the stakeholders in this case, the Health Canada, the Provincial Health Ministry, as well as the drug maker. And so tell me, A, right now, are you using the drug? And B, who's paying for it?
Yes, we are using the drug. Alyssa's first treatment with this drug was 1 week ago today, last Friday, and we're paying for it, well, at this point, out of our own pocket. The first treatment was $6,100, and we've actually started, about a week ago, Alyssa's sister, on our behalf, online fundraising campaign, and we've already actually met the $16,000 needed to fund the drug. So we're absolutely ecstatic that we've had that coverage, and I guess our purpose in participating today is simply to raise awareness and try and ensure that the systemic barriers in the future are removed for those to come.
Well, that's an interesting point. You're already fighting one battle against this cancer, and now you've sort of taken on this second battle to raise awareness and help others in similar situations. I'm sure you didn't see either one of these things coming. How are you dealing with it?
One foot at a time. Our blog is called Left Foot, Right Foot, and that's very much a motto that we've taken on this journey, is just one step in front of the other, and we're lucky to have the support networks and resources in place to be able to take on this battle on behalf of other people who, may not have the resources or time to do this. So,
tell me a little bit right now about your treatment and the impact that Perjeta has had on your health today.
Well, I've only had one treatment of it, and each chemo cocktail or recipe is a little bit different. So I'm still sort of learning the ropes of this new one. But a major impact is being a 27-year-old young lady who had a pretty active life before. Being on bed rest has been a little bit interesting for me. So the major impacts right now have been just no activity. I'm allowed to walk and do yoga, and that's about it. And I was a pretty active person before. Things like brain fog, those sorts of things that you don't expect to be dealing with it at our age, and being tired all the time has definitely been a huge impact. So.
Well, Alyssa and Stephen, thank you so much for coming on this morning, sharing your story, and we wish you nothing but the best and complete success. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Well, Canada AM reached out to Saskatchewan's Ministry of Health for a written response on the Noonan's case, but we did not hear back. Health Canada did provide us with a statement saying that prescription drug coverage is a provincial and territorial responsibility.